I wanted to ask your opinion about something. So have you heard or have you watched the documentary on Netflix, Seaspiracy?
Yes, I've seen a bit of it, and again, I think definitely. I mean, I've seen a little bit of it, and you know, as I said earlier, you can easily highlight unethical practices, but I don't think you can just kind of write off the whole industry as being unethical. I just really don't think you can. Because they had that with Cowspiracy as well, didn't they? But you know, I mean, I know there were some horror stories on there, and some of the, for example, out in Asia, people being forced onto boats and that kind of thing. I mean, that's really... So even now our prawns and things, we're having to make sure we go through, and companies that are producing our prawns have to be, you know, have to be kind of completely ethical and have fair trade and everything, because it's... you know, there's things going on in the world, definitely shortcuts being made in every industry, though. This would be fish, it would be meat, it would be with everything, pesticides, hormones, just everything, or bad practices, or slave labour. But you know, started with the coffee years ago, fair trade with the coffee, didn't it? And I mean, in every industry, there's a dark side, I think. And I suppose if you're in the industry, you've just got to be trying to choose the best, or what seems like the most ethical, sensible, best. You know, the best product does come from the most ethical product too, as well. So if you're buying hand-dived scallops, for example, not only have you not disturbed the seabed, you've also got the freshest scallop you can possibly have. That gives you the best shelf life, and so it is a win-win buying the best things from the best people, really.
And you're also supporting, you know, keeping jobs for people in your country, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I think I know that the kind of takeaway message for the audience was basically, you know, there's no such thing as sustainable fishing, so you should just stop eating fish altogether. But I think that's a bit extreme. And
it's very extreme. It's very, very extreme view. You know, I mean, if that happened, what would they be suggesting that you should have? I mean, because you could, that would be an extreme view. I mean, if you go down to, for example, if you were to go down to Cornwall and go down to a little Mevagissey or Loo or something like that, you know, you'll see little boats come in. You'll see two guys on there. You'll see some beautiful fish there, and you could eat that in the restaurant there. And you can't say that's not sustainable, really. You really can't. I suppose if it completely ran out, but it's not at the moment, and that's where the question marks are. You know, is that fish going to run out or not? No one really knows.
I think there's a trend right now of like apocalyptic thinking, and the opinions. It comes from very black and white place, and I think it's very, too much. It's very toxic too. Because at the end of the day, it's more about considering how to make more conscious choices in what you're doing. So I mean,
even with meat, if you buy from a good local butcher that's using sort of local meat, hopefully within the area, less food miles, some provenance, and knowing that hopefully they visited that farm and they know that it's that's what you're kind of trusting. You should be trusting your butcher or your fishmonger to have checked out where they're purchasing from, really.
And that can be way more ethical and sustainable than, let's say, being on an avocado diet of avocados you've had to import from California, with the carbon footprint, with deforestation and all that. So I think there's so many different factors.
It's probably avocado growers who are making the film, isn't it?
I don't know, Avocado-spiracy?
Avospiracy.
Avospiracy. We came up with the idea first, Netflix, just saying.